What's going on, you guys? So check it, right? It's been a couple of days since the release of Product of a Praying Mother, which is the debut album of Wordz the Prince. And is it safe to say he dropped one of the hardest rap albums this year? I mean, the reactions from the fans tell us everything. But before we get into that, we first need to dive into the music itself and how much of a masterpiece this was. So start to finish, guys, you could say that Wordz didn't miss at all, as every track was significant and essentially he created a complete album. I mean, it was nice to see him take a different approach in some of the tracks, actually rapping in vernac, or better yet Spitori, you know, that PTA lingo we've come to know and love, with tracks like Sesole Gizaga and My Dice. It was sort of reminiscent of 25K and Tato Soul because that's how they usually rap. But he killed those tracks nonetheless because he made it seem effortless, as if he had been rapping like that for the longest, whereas we've known him for only rapping in English. So it was a nice unexpected change of pace, which I really appreciated. But getting back to the album as a whole, like, he gave us a lot of storytelling, allowing us to get to know him a bit better on a personal level. And what I will say though is, like, having his mom give that prayer at the end of the album was such a heartwarming touch. I won't lie, it felt like she was praying for me in a way. And I'm sure most of us can relate in a sense that we have our mothers who only want the best for us and try to look out for us in the best possible way. So I truly respect them for that. After all, we all products of our mothers. So at the end of the day, like, music that's relatable is always gonna hit. And Wordz was able to give that to us. I mean, he's matured a lot, and you can tell by the content he's rapping about. You know, comparing him now to how he was back when he did Death Before Dishonor, you can see he's achieved a lot of growth, and I can't help but respect that as well, because he takes his craft seriously. I mean, I understand why it took so long for him to come up with a body of work, because this nigga is sort of like a perfectionist. So I actually came across a tweet by a user who I guess is actually close with Wordz, and he informed us that his need to perfect this project was crazy to witness. He made and remade this project for over a year. Every time he made a good song, he challenged himself to make a better one. This is its final form. So you can't help but appreciate the album even more. But with that being said, like, his delivery was so on point on this album. You know, the improvements he's made in his rapping capabilities is quite evident. Like, he definitely came through with the bars. And I will say, like, some of them were like hard hitting, just making you think and reflect, as well as having you come to the realization of, like, oh, I see what you did there, or that was actually a clever bar. And that was a continuous feeling I kept getting throughout the whole album. You know, even the production was top tier, guys, like, and that's an understatement. If I'm not mistaken, logical rhymes and mash beats had a heavy hand in the album, and it's apparent because everything sounded so crisp and smooth, and I never found myself getting bored at all. Like, if anything, I was more so getting lost in some of those beats. But yeah, you get my point. As I said before, the album was received very well from fans, and the nigga was like trending for 2 days straight because of how dope the album is. And I guess a lot of people appreciated that. I mean, it got to the point where all 12 tracks ended up in the top 100. Now, for a rapper who's barely been on the scene for the longest, like, having your whole album chart and then finally reach the #1 spot on Apple Music for the top album speaks volumes. Like, you can tell the album resonated with like a lot of SA hip-hop lovers, and that in itself should tell you everything. Like, I always knew Wordz was a dope rapper, but I think with this album, like, he solidified his spot in the game. And not many artists are able to come out guns blazing on their debut, but Wordz made it seem effortless. And I guess, like, it was worth all the wait. Like, you know that famous saying, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And it's clear that Wordz understood that. So shout out to him for a well put together album. Hopefully he stays more consistent after this. You know, we can't have you going all silent on us once again, bro. Like, let's get some visuals for the album to push its greater heights. Like, no lie, we need to get visuals for Cops and Robbers. Like, that one is a clear hit. I mean, we got visuals for the 5-year plan. So please, let's get some visuals for Cops and Robbers. But yeah, guys, Wordz finally dropped his debut album, Product of a Praying Mother. Do you guys feel the same way that I do? Was it a dope album from your perspective? Let me know in the comment section down below. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the vid. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. and follow me on my socials as well. It's on to the next one. Peace.